Everyone, welcome to the stream. It is I, Toaster, and we are going to be playing Fatal Frame 3. I'm really looking forward to it this time. Fatal Frame 3 looks really intriguing. The game for the first time has both volume and sound effects settings, so I'm not going to blow my eardrums out playing it again. Alright, I know very little about this game. It is the Fatal Frame I know and have heard the least about. I assume it's cool. That's my guess, but I'm not sure. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see how that goes. But overall, I'm looking forward to it. So I guess without further ado, let's get started, right? No, we have a choice of difficulty straight from the start. That's exciting. Now, let me know if the audio is too low this time. I should be able to fiddle around with it if needed. Huh. Oh no. That name's a little bit on the nose. This is already like a really kind of interesting cinematic start to the game. Even Fatal Frame 2's opening was like very dialogue heavy and like flash. Oh. Oh man. Wow, the naming really is on the nose.
噂なんてそんなものです。これ積んできますね。
That's really funny. I'll explain that in a second, but that's genuinely amusing. This is intriguing. Ooh, pretty. Did her outfit change? Where is this? Koko wa, as in here is, but in Japanese the implication is Koko wa doko da. What is this place? Where are we? The reason why I said, wow, the naming is very on the nose is because her name is Yu, which is the first character for Ghost, or the boy's name was Yu, which is the first character for Ghost, and her name is Rei, R-E-I, which is the same name as the game in Japanese. The game's name is Project Zero. The kanji for zero is read Rei when it's alone. So that's interesting. But also, the word Yurei means ghost or phantom. So that's just kind of silly. Anyway, let me check some stuff, right? I wanna make sure the controller setting is correct. But there's this interesting option right here. Player controls first person or third person. I'm assuming this means tank controls Yes, this is what we want. We wanted first-person controls. Perfect. Okay. I was very confused about that option at first because I thought it meant there was literally a first-person option in this game with fixed camera angles, and it's like, oh, okay, you can just like walk around as is. So Tavia says 100% her outfit changed. She had a button up with pockets. I guess that's true. This is interesting. This will get into the sort of the one thing I know about this series, which is as it goes on, the protagonists dress sexier and sexier, and I don't really know why that is. All right, how's everyone doing? Welcome, Chafius, Narik, Blue, Gwen. Hello, everyone. This is the outfit she was wearing when she found you dead. Oh, that's interesting. One thing I do not like is the controls. Controller. Oh no, there's no way I'm gonna mess this up so bad. So before, pulling out the viewfinder used to be circle. It is no longer circle. It is triangle. This is gonna be really rough for me to adjust to. Can't interact with that. Why did they switch it? Let's see. Spin quickly. Yep, that's all the same. I don't know what circle does. Why is circle special? What does that mean? Oh, I missed it just then. That's exactly what just happened. I knew it was gonna happen that way. I went to take a picture and it just didn't work. Okay, quick turn is just back, so I don't need to do Resident Evil controls. So that's fine. What's this? More creepy dolls. Kettle, are you around? All right. I'm asking if Kettle's here because I feel bad for having put off Chained Echoes yet again, but don't kill me for playing Fatal Frame 3. I'm sorry. I just want to get the trilogy done. No, I missed taking a picture of them. So I wonder what this is. Kettle says, I mean, the ghosts will get you before I do. That's true. I'm in danger. Is Ka around? Is Ka working on my commission as we speak? I have commissioned Ka again to give us all more toaster expressions. Too slow. Way too slow. So hopefully in the next few days we'll have some new fun stuff that Oh wow, Shutter Chance is hard in this game. Oh my gosh, so fast. Fatal Frame. Oh, it didn't even work. Didn't even do anything. Wow. Huh? Oh, I just wake up in another part of the house? Interesting. Again with the weird transitions. That's something that this game I think actually needs to work on. Is this series is just full of doko ni ite. Like where did you go? Where are you going? Not exactly what that means, but okay, so those are save lanterns. Good to know. Narik says, I think it's just a regular camera toaster. Is it? Oh my god, it is. It is just a regular camera. No wonder it's not doing anything to the ghosts. I'm so dumb. Mada anata ni. I need to go to you, or I want to be with you again, sort of. There's not like a great way of translating that because it's like a sentence fragment in Japanese, but. Ka says, I tried to Google to find out how many games are in this series and accidentally searched for Fartle Frame instead. There are no games in that series yet. We'll see. Sick tribal tats. Ooh, gross. She's got the stink on her. Ooh. Yuck. Gross.
レイさんどうかしたんですか？うん、ごめん。
So she looks like Miku. I don't know if that actually is Miku, but that's what she looks like. So that reminds me of something about Fatal Frame 2 I wanted to talk about when I get a chance. When we're back into gameplay, I wanted to bring up some cool lore stuff I realized last night after I finished the game. I want to recommend Ragnarok's, an acquaintance of mine. He's a great guy, makes amazing videos. He has a great Fatal Frame 2 video. And Nitro Rad, who also has an amazing set of Fatal Frame videos that you should definitely watch. Who just sleeps on a bed without blankets? What a freak. What a weirdo. Like, it's not that she's not even sleeping on top of the blankets. It's her bed is just a top sheet. That's some weird shit. Wow. Okay, so I missed what that said. I saw the kanji flash on the screen, but I am going to guess that that was the Japanese title of the game, which is Zero or Rei, and then that's just Project Zero. That's the Japanese title. Hour 1, the sign. That's interesting. All right, so we're not in prologue mode anymore. There's a large door in the entry hall. This could be the entrance to the manor. Hanging on both sides of the door, there are candles that burn with a blue flame. I don't really remember, but maybe this is how I got in here? Right now, the doors are firmly closed. Interesting. Anyway, as I was saying, the Japanese title of this game is Project Zero Shisei no Koe, which means Project Zero Voice of the Tattoo, or like Voice of the Tattooed. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that's referring to. Maybe the lady with the sick tats from earlier. But yes, there's one thing I wanted to talk about before we get started. So, Fatal Frame 2, I realized at a certain point, they don't tell you when the game takes place. Like, we just know based on the clothing that it's like gotta be post-war period, I guess. But it could be like the 70s or the 80s. Like, we have no idea. So it very well could take place before Fatal Frame 1. But one thing I realized is that the characters from the first game that are brought up very often are Ryozo Munakata, who is the folklorist, Makabe, who is the Kusabi that died, and like the final boss guy. Dr. Aso, who is Mafuyu's guy that he like chases to the villa, who had the camera obscura. And obviously Yae and Sae. And if you remember, the mother from like the ghost mom who hung herself in Fatal Frame 1, she was with Munakata, and her name was Yae. So Yae escaped the village in Crimson Butterfly with Ryozo Munakata, went over to the mansion, the Himuro mansion. There in that mansion, Miku's grandmother grew up, and that's how she got exposed to the camera obscura. So it's all tied back to Crimson Butterfly, which I think is interesting. That's all I really have to say. I don't have any deep thoughts about it, but kind of interesting. There are some old chests on straw matting spread out on the earthen floor. The drawers are shut tight, and I can't open them. They must have swollen with moisture. Full of old chisels. Interesting. The camera has very much evolved in this game so far. It looks very different. Old candles and things. Give me a sacred water, come on. Oh, we got our first herbal medicine. We did it, y'all. Hogs in the chat for herbal medicine. It's our favorite. I wonder if we'll have a surplus of them this time through. Ooh. We're not gonna go in there yet because that's a full different room. I don't like that the door doesn't open as an animation. That's weird. Or it doesn't close, I mean, like when you... Dang, gotta be quick for some of these. Wow. Kinda interesting. Is there anything over here? Oh, there is. Good. Ooh, we found more stuff. My favorite. There's a piece of paper or something on the floor. Memo in shaky hand. I thought that said stinky hand. It's not my fault. I didn't choose to survive. Is this game gonna be about like survivor's guilt? Like, or what's it called? That's what it is, right? Or survivor's remorse? Where you're like, you feel guilty about surviving like a horrible accident? The lacquer on the outside of the box is peeling and the color has faded. Interesting. There's an old Japanese chest. Inside are some old towels and cloths. Nothing to get too excited about. Clock on the wall. Old Japanese chest. There doesn't seem to be anything inside. Just disused old furniture. Small kimono inside the chest. It looks like something a young girl might have worn. Alright, so there was a young girl here. Basket of some kind. There's a trunk on the floor. There's some old clothes inside. Alright, so there really isn't much to interact with. Sealed by some strong power. Don't love that, but that's fine. We'll do our best. It seems like I can manually control the height of the flashlight. It's kind of interesting. Oh, it always drifts back down, though. Kind of intriguing. How's everyone's day been? Having a good day? Having a bad day? Tell me about it. There are bars in the wall by my feet, and cold air is blowing from the other side. Looks like there's another corridor, like this one, on the other side of the wall. Gwen says, I have been waiting all day. Hopefully not for me. I've been working, and it has been a lot. Work this week has been insane. Kettle chips is not bad. Woke up only a bit ago. That's the life. Ka says doing good, working on a real cutie tonight. Make sure he knows what's for. Right. On top of the barrel is a stone the size of a human head. There is a smell of dye. Maybe someone's been dyeing something here? Apollo says transcribing land description and deeds for design review submittal. I know you love architecture, Apollo, and I'm so happy that you do. And we really need people who are actually passionate about the industry working in architecture. But boy, that sounds very stressful and tedious. Tafia says, was an RIP day, stuck waiting on others to deliver their deadlines, which they never do. I can relate to that. Ooh, 1,000 points for that one. And it doesn't seem like we're using any camera, like actual film here, so it's not too bad. There's some old bowls inside the storage chest. They're all broken. They haven't kept their original shape. Strangely shaped Japanese chest. Some of the doors seem to be locked. I can't open them. Okay. Go upstairs. Whoa! That startled me. So we don't get names of pictures anymore. I wonder what that's about. I just realized how silly it is that she's wearing that in winter. Like, she's wearing like a camisole that like just doesn't, that's what that's called, right? Camisole or cardigan? One of the two. And it just doesn't have a back. Lou says ordered a better Leo shirt for cosplay. That's fun. It's our camera. Our beloved. Something is reflecting in the light. I feel like it said that every single time we picked it up. An old-fashioned bellows camera. Some kind of occult markings in chased metal. Chased metal? I don't know if I've ever heard that term. Cover the whole body. It still looks to be in good condition. There's some old-fashioned writing carved on the back. Camera Obscura. Maybe that's the name of the camera? Well, we know how to use it. Ooh, so blue lanterns are our lanterns to save in this game. So the first game's theme was like white. Like everything was like overwhelmingly white or black and white, like monochrome basically. Then Fatal Frame 2 was all red. Now Fatal Frame 3 is all blue. Wonder if we'll get the yellow Fatal Frame. That's my favorite color. I had to lift the lid, but it's stuck on something and I can't get it open. That's a bummer. Something dying in the compartment. What's up with dying? Oh, you know what? I bet it is. I bet they just have to I bet they have to dye all of the red lanterns blue. From the last game. They're recycling, reusing, doing everything they can to just make sure. Alrighty. The door panels are torn, and I can see into the room. The big room and several lights seem to be burning, but it's dark in the corners and hard to see. A peephole has been opened in the wall. The sound seems to be coming from here. Stand in front of the hole and press the X button to have a look through it. Do I really want to do that? What if I camera through it? Is that helpful? That was intriguing. This is a painful ghost because it gives me the spookies, right? Bye, Blue. Thanks for hanging out. Dale who? Alright, that actually used camera or film. Whoa, 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 wait. Type 0 film has an ammo count now. That's weird. Or type 7 film, I should say, not type 0. Ooh, they brought back the mechanic where you can feel ghosts in your controller. That was kind of not present in Fatal Frame 2. What is that? It looked like a butt. Huh. Anything else? This is the peaky room over. Oh wait, no. What? I'm lost. All right, I open. Ooh, that's a weird button combination. You press L2 to open the map now. That's very odd. There's a door here? There's not a door here. What the heck? How do I get in? I'm stuck in some non-Euclidean geometry. I couldn't hear exactly what she said, but it sounded like she said itakunai, which means it doesn't hurt. Or it could be itakunai, which means like, well, no. No, it didn't sound too much like that. That wouldn't really make sense in context anyway. Tried to lift the lid, but it's stuck on something and I can't get it open. What? There was nothing up here then for me to explore, was there? Maybe I have to examine. Kettle Chip says the map looks more useful in this game. It does seem to look a little bit more useful in this game. Though I'm curious. I'm curious what exactly. Oh, okay. So this is the blockage. I can't get past that. So, guess we got to go back downstairs. Oh, spooky. I'm racking up points so far. I wonder if I can upgrade the camera yet. Probably not, but probably need to get to like a tutorial item or something first before I can. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, I get full control while climbing ladders in this game. Video game innovation. Door is locked. The keyhole is engraved with a bellflower design. How positively hippie. Huh. Alright. Guess we just gotta keep moving forward. Not much we can do here. Oh, it's sealed by some sort of power. Okay. Where haven't we been? Is that a room? Doesn't seem like it. Well, I guess we can walk over, just check things out. Nope, doesn't actually seem to be anything. Anything on this wall? Is this a door? Nope. Huh. Guess we're gonna go back. Curious what this whole thing is about. Oh, perfect. Interesting translation. Whoa. Whoa. Combination of battle controls. Oh no. Oh god. Where are they? Oh, they're behind me. Oh, it uses the old game's combat system where I have to like hold on to someone in order to get my points up, or like my damage up on them. Wow, Rei moves so quiet, so slowly. Aha! Non-shutter chance damage doesn't actually blast back enemies. Nice. Ano hito ga koroshita. You killed that person, or that person killed. So earlier she said ano hito ga shirimasen ka, which means do you know that man? Not have you seen that man? Okay, so Type 14 film is very, very strong comparatively to Type 7. Almost triple the points. I have to say, I'm enjoying this ethereal whooshing sound a lot more than the tinnitus sound from the second game. Ugh. So, so far this game appears to be much more similar to the first game than the second, especially in atmosphere. Also, how is the game audio? Can you hear dialogue okay? Is everything good? I can turn it up if we have to. Sounds good to go in? Okay, cool. Just as long as we can hear stuff. There isn't really a lot of noise in the game right now. So far, it's been mostly just ambient noise like the second game. So. Apollo says, I'm very proud of you with how balanced it is this time. Yeah, you're welcome. Ooh, we got the feet pics. Didn't even need to pay for him this time. If we had died together that time, only me, that woman, it's not my fault. If I had died with everyone else. Huh. Gas boot. Have you ever thought about doing modeling? Ooh, is that what it looks like? Is that booby? Do we have? Does this game have booba? Are we on booba watch right now? Sick dodge strats, iframes, hitbox porn. Put it on Reddit. Unironically though, like, kind of cool tats. She's Naruto running. It's working. You're it. Huh. Very interesting. Good Cat says, does that ghost have the same pattern as Alita's first robot arms from the Rob Rod movie? Who can say? I didn't get a good enough look. But that'd be sick. Those were cool. Oh no. Every Japanese person's worst nightmare. Getting a tattoo so you're not allowed to go into the onsen anymore.
大丈夫ですか？声が聞こえたからどうしたのかと思って。最近ずっとうなされているみたいですけど、昨日だって大丈夫。ありがとう。でも私嫌な夢を見ただけだから。
Good Cat says, why does every Fatal Frame give tinnitus? I have enough already on my own. So, ooh, was it all just a dream? Anyway, I'd better get up. This is, oh, do I get to explore her house? I love this. I love houses in games. Regardless, with regards to tinnitus, it's interesting. This game's got really weird sound design. Like the sound, the sound mixing of the voice dialogue, actually, like, it sounds like it's glitching out a lot. It's not. The sound stage in this game is just really wide. It's very interesting. Apollo says, Toaster explained the socioeconomic impact of these not lesbians being roommates together in an unclear time period of Japan. I mean, they're just gal pals. Totally normal. Platonic gal pals. Kettlechip says, you love houses and games. Could you expand on that? Yeah, I love bespoke environments in games where there is no specific environmental gameplay purpose. So to explain this, like, I'll use a weird example because I don't actually like these games very much. But Assassin's Creed 3 introduces the ability to run through interiors as you are free running. So you can, like, swoop through buildings that have open windows. And for some reason, I really like those inner spaces where you have a bespoke area that has a lot of set dressing and environment design, but isn't actually meant to be a discrete location. I think it's very interesting to see how these houses and areas are designed because you can pack a lot of flavor into a design space that a player is not necessarily meant to navigate through from a gameplay perspective, right? Because the way you design an environment with like a player conscious environment where a player is going to actually need to navigate, you need to design it in a way that makes sense to navigate on a controller, right? Like, the way a video game level is designed often is not really not really using principles that real world areas are designed with. It's a simulacrum of that. They want to make it look like it is a real place, but the ideas behind its design are very much centered around like, okay, how do we communicate to the player where to go? How do we make it so that there are a proper amount of exits that lead to a proper amount of reward for the player, whether it be progressing them through the story or leading them to a location that is meaningful for them so they don't feel like they wasted time. All of that goes into level design. And all of that is not necessarily stuff that goes into like organic urban planning or city or even house room design. So it's always interesting to me to see what happens when you have game designers not constrained by that and instead able to just like make a room and see what those rooms look like. So in this case, there's obviously seems to be gameplay elements in this house. I don't know if we'll like wander around and do like social management stuff or whatever, but it can be really fun to just like walk around these little environments that are more or less non-objective oriented areas in games, because you get to see environment designers just like design like a little Sims home for their characters. Just kind of neat. All right. Good Cat says good content would be some creator trying to live in a house laid out like a video game house meant to be part of the gameplay. Like, yeah, like when you think about it, right? Like a house in The Sims does not actually look much like a real world house. And when you try to design it around real world constraints, it oftentimes doesn't work. Like it just, you have too much wasted space, too much stuff that doesn't really work. So it's just kind of neat. So, all right, let's read this. During the course of the game, when you find new information, it will be recorded in the notebook. When there's a new entry in the notebook, the title will appear in the top right. You can access the notebook from the menu. If you press L1, blah, blah, blah. Gotcha. So, incidents. The bruises appear. Felt a sharp pain in my shoulders when I woke up. For a moment, I thought I could see some kind of bruise on my skin, but when I looked again, there was nothing there. Was it just a dream? Neat. The abandoned house. I wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went. About all I knew was that it was supposed to be haunted. What was behind the strange daydream vision I had in that house in the snow? Was it just worn out? Still scarred by the accident? Or are the rumors true? Was he really there? The Manor of Sleep. A ruined house I wandered in my dream the night I got back after my vision on that assignment. Something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydreams, visions. Maybe I'm just tired. Oh, cool. We have people too. Let's catch up on chat. We Love Ka says neat little dioramas. Yeah, that's basically what I think of. But one thing about video game room and house design that I find kind of interesting, especially in the modern era, is that as we get closer to true fidelity, you're seeing it kind of become a little bit closer to real life. And as a result of that, there crops up like interesting issues and problems you need to solve for to make sure that the player knows what they're doing. But yeah, I really love houses in video games, like bedrooms and stuff like that. I love like going in VR chat and seeing like ports of characters' houses in games. This is such a weird niche topic, but like it's just nice to me to see that kind of lived in space as defined through like the limited assets of a game designer's toolkit, right? Good Cat says, is this a PS2 game or has it moved to PS3? This is a PS2 game. There are no PS3 Fatal Frame games. There are Wii and Wii U Fatal Frame games because the company or the rights, the publishing rights were bought by Nintendo, but no PS3. We Love Cost says Blue Lick Road is an amazing place to explore in VR chat. That sounds like it could be really cool. One of my favorite worlds in VR chat is Chloe's house from Life is Strange. Just really well ported over because it's all Unity from the second game, Before the Storm, I mean. So people just ported all the assets over, which is kind of cool. There was one of my favorite houses in video games is Joel's house from The Last of Us 2. Because you get a lot of time to just wander around and see all the things. It's really interesting. All right, you also. My fiance. He was an editor who worked on books of folklore, philosophy, and anthropology. We met as students. He was the opposite of me in every way. Quiet and kind, like gently falling rain. Sorry, I stuttered on gently because I was just thinking the opposite of quiet and kind is loud and mean. So she's just really bitchy. Like a soft shower that washes everything clean. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. She seemed like she wasn't even remotely in the car when the crash happened, though. Miku Hinasaki. Oh, this is Miku. This is Miku from the first game. Younger sister of Yu's best friend. Oh, so you... Oh, you also. You must be the guy that Mafuyu was working with. The folklorist. This makes sense. Okay, I understand. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. I haven't met her brother. You told me that she had lost a relative in an accident. She helps me out in all kinds of ways, not just with work. She's cheerful and hardworking. She didn't really seem that cheerful in the first game. She kind of just seemed weird. The tattooed woman. We love Cop. Blue Lake Road is an amazing place. It's a 3D scan of a hoarder house. Oh, wait. Is this the hoarder house that was on that real estate website that had like all the DVD boxes and stuff everywhere? I've seen that. I think I was working in real estate at the time that house went viral. Kettle Chip says she was going through a lot in the first game. All right. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor. Her whole body is covered in a blue tattoo. She came closer, and I ran away before I knew what was happening. All I remember is an intense fear. I can still feel her cold, stabbing fingers on on the back of my shoulder where she touched me. It's hard to believe it was only a dream. I love this UI. I love this like notebook asset. It's kind of cool. So tangible. Games used to look a lot like this. Now they don't, but everything's clean menus now for readability. The mother and child who appeared in my dream in old-fashioned kimonos. They were looking for someone, calling out in sad voices to him. Who could they be? Interesting. Interesting. Alrighty. All right. Something I really love about PS2 era rooms like this too is that they're really, they don't have fidelity, so they get to look kind of weirdly liminal and dreamlike. Reminds me of like the Dreamcast era. The Dreamcast era has some amazing internal environments from games, especially in games like Sonic, where it's like not to scale with Sonic's character model. It's meant to be scaled to like humans and NPCs that just walk around. Often can be really interesting. There isn't any tape I want to listen to now. Okay, so I wonder if I can collect music. That'd be rad. Ooh. On the shelf are photography books and newspapers. Oh no, I missed the dialogue about Miku having bought something. On the shelf is a camera I never use anymore. I used to enjoy using this camera, back in the days when I used to take pictures for fun. Now I only take them for work. There are several handmade scented candles on top of the desk. Miku made them. She probably made them specially with me in mind, but for that reason I can't bring myself to light them, and so they just sit here, unlit and unused. I bet she has a sourdough starter too. On the desk are a sketchbook and an appointment book Miku made for me to keep track of all my work assignments. Squeezed into the corner of the page is a handwritten warning. Don't work too hard. Maybe I've been working too hard since that day, but that's the way I prefer it right now. Miku is really crafty, huh? Dang. My clothes are thrown carelessly into the closet. I've never been a tidy person, and unless I make a real effort, things soon get like this. Miku must not have seen it here yet. She would never left it in this state. Is she also your live-in maid? Jeez. Pieces of my work are pinned up on the wall. There are more scenery shots now than there used to be. I don't feel ready yet for projects that involve taking pictures of people. Did you hear that? Ohayou gozaimasu, Rei-san. Good morning, Rei-san. This is Miku's room. Even if this is my house, I don't really like to go into her room without permission. I know Miku wouldn't care at all, though. Yu's room. Ever since the accident, I try not to come in here unless I have a good reason. Wait, her fiance has his own bedroom? Oh dear. I can't pet the cat. I wanted to pet the cat. Oh, look at that little black kitty. Oh, that's cute. Kettle says, did you try to capture the cat's soul? Cats don't have souls. What are you talking about? Good morning, Ray. Looks like it's gonna rain all day today, too. You don't have to work so much this week, so why don't you try to relax? Ray, you've been working too much lately. You were woken up by a bad dream this morning. Not to mention what happened when we were out collecting data the other day. Anyway, let's try to take it easy today. I don't know how to explain this, so I'm just gonna say it. This game feels like a Dreamcast game. This game has Dreamcast game energy. That reminds me, there was a letter. It's addressed to you. Letter from Kay. Sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiancé? I'm continuing my investigation of the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to the strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the story is groundless rumor, but I've heard there was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it will provide a clue. I'm taking a break from all my other work to devote myself to studying the urban legend. I'd like your help. According to the documents I've studied, that camera I sent you is apparently a rare Camera Obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people of the urban legend. If you hear anything, please tell me. Regards, Kei Amakura. Hey, wait, Amakura was the name of the twins in the second game, right? Amakura Miyu and Mayu? Am I right about that? Mio and Mayu? I think so. Letter from K1. It's from Kei Amakura. He's written several times before. Have you still not told him about you? Use Camera Obscura. Wonder if it would be in Yu's room. Let's go back. Kei Amakura. I've never met him personally, but he was a friend of Yu. He used to write from time to time. Yu seems to have known lots of people, both professionally and privately. According to the letter, he and Yu were doing research into urban legends. Maybe the Camera Obscura was somehow connected with that. I should tell him about the accident. That's interesting. Kitty, you're gonna be okay. You're louder than my cat. From here, you can look across the counter and see the whole of the living room. A real mom's eye view. Oh, that's a nice TV. That's a nice TV. Stuck to the refrigerator door are my work schedule, a calendar with the supermarket discount days marked on it, and post-it notes with recipes on them. Miku cooks all the meals. She seems to enjoy doing chores around the house. I don't know what I'd do without her, really. The large oven range with a 4-burner stove. I was determined to get the most out of it when we moved in, but the fact that I've not used it at all except for boiling water or fixing a simple meal. Meow. Corner's an ornamental potted plant. Looking after it is Miku's job. Everything in this house is Miku's job. Yeah, can't interact with kitty stuff. Ooh. Ooh. More rooms. Good Cat says typical artist can't do shit besides making art. I relate. I can see my face reflected in the mirror above the wash basin. Maybe I've lost a little weight again. Oh, there's no one in the bath. Even when I'm busy, I like to soak in the tub every day. Recently, though, I've just been taking showers. Japanese baths, let me tell you, having a separate room just for that is amazing. Truly incredible. Use altar. This is a huge house, by the way. This is a gigantic home to have in a modern Japanese city. How did she afford this on a photographer's salary? As well as cushions and bedding, the closet is full of used old books, still where we left them when we first moved in. I've never looked inside them. I guess they must have something to do with his work. Good Cat says Miku paid for it. Probably. Is this the Genkan, or is it just a closet? It's just a closet. We use this space for storing the cleaning things and other tools. Some of these cardboard boxes haven't been touched since we moved in. I'm just investigating everywhere to see if there's, like, you know, cool stuff to pick up, things around for us to interact with. This house is gigantic. Holy smokes. What? On this shelf, I keep the negatives of my work photos. Ah, so this is her dark room. I don't have any film I can develop now. Hello says Ofuro. Tafia says a separate bath makes that big of a difference. So a Japanese bath is very different than an American bath. It is not a typically it will be a room very dedicated to just the bath. And what do I mean by that? I mean it's usually a tiled room that is completely separate from everything else. Since that day, I don't leave the house unless I have to for work. Okay, interesting. It's often a very separate, I guess, like floored room of the house. So you have like a big shower area for you to shower if you want to, and it's like literally the size of a room. Ooh, kitty eating food. And then you have a gigantic bathtub. And because you have a huge room, the bathtub, you can fill it up to the absolute top of the bath, because if it overflows, who cares? It just drains. Just drains out to the tile. And because of that, that means you can be in a bath up to your shoulders. It is incredible. It is the best thing ever. We decided against having a TV in our own rooms and bought a bigger one for the living room instead. I hardly watch it at all these days. You wash before you soak in the bath, genius. Yes, exactly. Ooh, I love that sound. Outside the window is a small garden. A light drizzle has been falling for several days now. It's been some time since I last tended the garden. Like, I don't want to be too, like, you know, forward, but I would kill for a Japanese bath in my house. I would seriously love that. That would be fantastic. There's something about some sort of camera obscura that you owned written on that letter. The camera obscura. Could it be the same camera I saw in my dream?
レイ、どうしたの？
ごめん、ちょっと聞きたいこと。
That was pretty cool. That was kind of a cool little moment. This game has pretty great cutscene direction so far. It's not as like J-Hoarder aesthetic, like visually as the second game, but this does remind me of Japanese movies. Good Cat says, it's also not only gray, there's blue too. Indeed. I just want to say, like, for a car accident death, he doesn't look that messed up. He kind of just looks like he gave up. If he tried a little bit harder, maybe he wouldn't have died. On the shelf are a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. Oh, is that is that the Spirit Stone radio underneath it? That's like a cool little thingy. Good Cat says this is a pretty nice looking PS2 game. Yes. It is. It looks better. It looks better because I have my PS2 Turbo Plus plugged in. I'm using my PS2 Pro right now to play this. For example, I don't know if this will work, but we'll have to check. I guess that doesn't mess things up too bad. Letter from K2. Dear you, during my research on the Manor of Sleep urban legend, I finally made it to a certain deserted village lost even from the map. Found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece Mio. Oh, okay. So K is Mio and Mayu's uncle. When Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her. Saw this camera and she was scared stiff. I wonder if it reminded her of that unspeakable incident. For now, I'd like you to take care of the camera. You know about antiques, so could you look it over for me? I don't think you'll be able to reach me for a bit, so I'll contact you, so let me know what you find then. Letter from K2 added to the file. Okay, let's click on something. This is older than the one in the dream. Inscription on the back is illegible. Even so, it does look very similar to the Camera Obscura. Tried pushing the shutter button, but there was no response. Looks like it's broken. There's still an old film inside the Camera Obscura. Musty film. Again, I almost read that as musky film. The film looks pretty old, but it doesn't seem to have been spoiled by the being exposed at all. What could be on it? I wonder if I can develop it in the darkroom. So this is what the game looks like running at native resolution. It's not terrible, but it's definitely a little bit crunchier. Now, by comparison, by just do something real quick. This is what it looks like on PS2 Turbo mode. There are typed and handwritten letters on the desk, along with several books. I've hardly touched anything in here since that day. I just can't bring myself to tidy everything away. There's a notebook left out on top of the desk. Perhaps somebody was in the middle of working. Ooh, that's a nice notebook. It's like a campus note. Many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are modeled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. Yeah, that is, in fact, the plot of Crimson Butterfly. 11 pages! Ah! That's a lot of pages. They are often an amalgamation of well-known actual incidents, legend, and oral tradition. Settings such as the isolated mountain village or bygone customs, like night trysts or ceremonies, often act to trigger the incidents themselves, and these in turn become the motif for urban legends. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city or the modern bias toward the ancient. This is starting to sound like essays I wrote in college. People in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expression in the urban legend. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolated mountain village. Further bygone customs are attractive elements that end up acting to provoke the incident. As a case in point, there is the story about the area around the Minakami Dam where Mayu went missing. Oh, so Minakami is the name of the village from Crimson Butterfly. It was like All Gods Village or All Saints Village or something. The Lost Village. In the mountains of the Minakami area, there was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of a certain festival, there was a great massacre, and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. You walk in the forest where the village once lay. There's a small guardian statue, and if you continue, you will come to the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. The night of the massacre continues in this village where day will never break again, and a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next, we have the Manor of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy recurs. Its scale is much smaller, but generally speaking, it resembles the pattern of the village as it is made up of elements based on true incidents. This is talking about Fatal Frame 2 and now Fatal Frame 1. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Mutilation. In the mountain area of Himuro, there remains a manor where 10 years ago, or where years ago there was said to be a massacre. I don't know where I got 10 from. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and head severed off. One more example is the seemingly related Manor of Sleep urban legend that I'm researching now. The Manor of Sleep legend was picked up in various magazines in the 1960s, but incidents with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in older media. This newspaper is from the early 1900s and has no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up, but the background of the spirited aways and those people's later conditions bear many similarities to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century, and I have seen legends in several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. Perhaps this is what Kay was asked to investigate. Perfect. Cool. An old newspaper stuck in the notebook. Series of vanishings across region. According to sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and a daughter who live in Myojin village went missing. Myojin, hold on. Isn't that the word for, like, breath? Breath people village? I'm not sure. I'd have to see the kanji. The missing are Makie Kuzuhara and her daughter Kozue. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kuzuhara's missing husband. The two reportedly wandered the mountains nearly every day. The informant says, I hadn't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black soot-like marks. Ooh, that's like pulse. That's spooky. Similar disappearances are being reported across the area, and some are calling them spirited aways. Honestly, this game actually reminds me a lot of Pulse so far. Like the aesthetic. Airo. It's a pretty good movie. They're all books you used for his work, or ones that were published by this company. There was a time when I used to be interested in them, but it was only a passing phase. In the bookcase is a book, Occultism, that Amakura wrote in this letter. Oh, interesting. Amakura wrote this. The Camera Obscura is a device used to capture the other world. Made by occultist Kunihiko Aso from the late 19th to early 20th century. He tried to communicate with and get proof of this other world. Good Cat says, I thought Mio was weird. Yes, Mio is weird. I think, but I thought Mio was also the word for second or breath. I could be wrong about that, but Mio does mean weird. Myojin, Weird People Village. The term occultist refers to people involved in the movement to verify Eastern thought using contemporary Western technology. Kunihiko Aso is a prime example of such an occultist. The camera obscura was one of his quintessential experiments. He modified the at the time still rare camera by adding a special lens and film. It was supposed to capture unbelievable things, normally invisible to the naked eye, like a so-called different phase interval in spirits and ghosts. They are very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among curio dealers. Most have been broken. We have lost the chance to see the other world, as well as Aso's achievements for eternity. Neat. Used clothes are still hanging in his closet. Decided not to tidy them away. Once they were in boxes, I knew they'd never come out again. I mean, my Japanese, I'm pretty much fluent, but it's not perfect. I get words confused all the time. I don't use my Japanese enough to remember completely perfectly every single aspect of the language. Air shelf, old bits of machinery he used to collect. They're not quite impressive enough to be called antiques. They just look like old machines. Still have no idea what made him want to collect them. I seem to remember him telling me about it once or twice, but maybe I wasn't really listening properly. I can't believe she banished her fiance to his own room. And then was like, I'm not going to listen to you. She really is kind of mean, isn't she? Good Cat says, didn't get that far on Wanikani, I guess. I mean, I didn't get far enough on my kanji studies. No, I followed. I didn't think you were saying I like somehow was worse. I was clarifying for the room. Yo wa ame desu ne. It's raining today. Lately, you've been seeming kind of down. Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, it's raining again today. That's all she has to say. My character is tall AF. Yeah, she's a leggy lady. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep going. I'm really liking this like Silent Hill for the room kind of vibe this has going on. So back in high school, I took a photography class, and while I waited for film to develop, I would read light novels, like old, poorly translated bakatsuki.net light novels on my like e-reader device in the corner while I waited for film to develop. I don't know why I wanted to bring that up. Just seemed like a fun anecdote. I read like the first 4 Haruhi novels just doing that. An old roll of film from inside the Camera Obscura. There definitely is something on the film. I wonder if I can develop it. Oh, it's the lady. An image has appeared of a crying woman. Just as I thought, I must have taken this during that dream. Now the film has been developed. I wonder what it does to develop the film. Camera Obscura. The abandoned house. The picture I took in my dream. Maybe if I investigate this woman, I can find something out. Be cool. Could be neat. Here we go. All right. Incidents. Use research. According to the notebook left on his desk, Yu was doing some sort of research for Kei Amakura. His notes are full of accounts of old urban legends and newspaper clippings about disappearances and people who were spirited away. I'm really liking how all of these games are like coming together to form like a bigger, more interesting story. Because as much as I really liked Crimson Butterfly's story as a standalone game, it kind of just like lives and dies by itself. But tying it all together in this third game actually really piques my interest. I'm really into this so far. Is this secretly going to be the best game in the series? We'll have to see. Woman in the photo. The woman whose image appeared on the film from inside the Camera Obscura. No doubt about it. It was the same woman I saw inside the manor in my dream. Just like with you that time. Kunihiko Aso, a scholar of the occult who lived in the second half of the 19th century. He used the new technology of the West to make various machines designed to prove the existence of the other world. Camera Obscura was one of his inventions. According to the book, it could photograph supernatural objects existing on an alternate plane. Was he somehow connected to the manor? An old camera called the Camera Obscura. It was designed by a man with the same surname as you, Aso. Photograph images of spirits and ghosts. But what was the camera doing inside the manor? I wonder. We just gotta talk to Miku again? I'm curious why... Oh, here we go. Miku, about the woman in this picture, I was wondering if I could get you to try and find out as much about her as you can. Anything is fine. Yes, well, this is a very old picture, so... I found it in Yu's room. It's okay if you can't find anything out. There was just... something about her. She's just confirming that she'll look into it. You showed the photos you've developed to Miku. Sometimes you can ask her to investigate them for you. If you have them investigated, you can come to talk to Miku at a later date to get books and other information. That's cool. That's like a neat mechanic. Ooh. She got sexy lingerie. Look at this. She'll sleep on top of the covers while wearing that. By checking the Camera Obscura on the desk, you can save your progress. This game's going to be like Yume Nikki. I just realized that. That's cool. Camera Obscura on the desk. You can save. Let's do this. Nice. We did it. Too Sad to Cry says, hi, your first playthrough to Fatal Frame? This is my first playthrough of the series, technically. I played a little bit of Fatal Frame 2, which we just completed yesterday on stream. I played a little bit of it when it first came out, but yesterday was my first time beating it. Same for Fatal Frame 1, which we completed late last week. So this is my first time going through the Tormented. I'm really excited about it. Can I leave my room at night? Did you wander around? Can I say hi to Miku? Oh, looks like I can. Also, welcome to the stream. Too sad to cry. Glad to have you. Let's see if Miku's downstairs. I want to say hi. Okay. Kitty's on the couch. How nice. Can I use the phone? Nope. Miku must be in her room. This is Miku's room, even if this is blah, blah, blah. Okay, she's got nothing. Guess we just go back into our room and sleep. Too sad to cry says, Tormented is my favorite one. I hope you have fun with it. I'm really enjoying it so far. I think this game starts off very strong. Gwen says, I think you should be allowed to use the phone to order late night pizza. I would love late night pizza right now. All right, here we are. We're back in the manor. Again with this dream? Mata kono yume. Fence gate is locked with a padlock. There's a small door on the other side. It is engraved with a notched arrow design. Question is, will the herbal medicine respawn? Do I get more herbal medicine? Oh, I missed it. That was good. Apollo says, brew quick, he needs pizza stat. Brew is raiding. He's doing serious business raids right now. Gotta prepare for progression through part 2 of Wrath, I think. I don't know, I don't play World of Warcraft. Apollo would know better than I do. Told myself I was gonna get into World of Warcraft. Onaide, don't come near me. That means. I'm a little bit confused about something. Subtitles are on, so I guess I just don't get subtitles for those sound effects. Gwen says, do not get into World of Warcraft, it's setting yourself up for disappointment. I'm sure I could get into it, but I've bounced off it. I'm not like a huge MMO person. It's just not I could not make out what she said. Something kote janaika. I couldn't follow it up. ESO, let's talk about MMOs real quick. So the MMO that I quote unquote keep up with is Final Fantasy XIV because I really like it. I've played a considerable amount of the content available for Final Fantasy XI, which I also really like. And I have played not a lot, but some of ESO, and I enjoy it. So when Apollo says I have joked about the sudden ESO streamer, it's more like maybe it would be something I did in my spare time because it's an easy game to play on my own. Shibata Cry says, I think you'll get subtitles for these sounds if you're on emulator. I am on an emulator. And by an emulator, I mean 100% real hardware. Sony. But, yeah, it just doesn't load the subtitles, I guess, which is fine. I speak Japanese. I can translate it. But. There seems to be a door in the wall behind the chest. Maybe it leads up to the roof. I tried to move the chest, but it's too heavy. Probably only a man could move it. Yeah, I don't know why the subtitles aren't working. Just maybe a quirk. No idea. Maybe it's just the way I'm playing it. But it is what it is. I speak Japanese, so I can translate most of the dialogue. Aha! An image of something has emerged on the photo. It seems to be a picture of somewhere else. Yep. Okay, well, we're still gonna have to go and probably take pictures of stuff. I had to guess, just like the other two games. Good Cat says, betrayed for Final Fantasy. I don't know. Maybe I might play more ESO. I'm not against it, just haven't. Oh, great. Where are you, Ghost? You're right there. Do I have to trigger the fight? This one is much harder compared to the old ones. Interesting. Ooh, is that a door? No, it's not. Okay. That's interesting. I'm curious about that. I thought the first one was hard because it was very janky. I thought the second one was not hard basically at all. It had some moments that were annoying, but not particularly difficult. But I really like the second one better than the first one. So if this game is actually difficult and not just tedious, I will be very happy about it. Interesting. Okay. Red cloth hanging over a broken mirror. In the trunk are a rope and bits of zigzag paper. They look like they might be used to make shrine hangings. Old containers. Nothing big. Looks like there's something inside. Ooh, shotgun film. We're living now. There's a stone slate on the door and several stones are inlaid. Perhaps it's a contrivance to unlock it. You tried, but it won't open. There's a miniature script engraved on the stone slab. Engrave in the pedestal the same number of panes as are engraved on the sleeping stone. Interesting. We're back to, like, the puzzle style of the first game, I guess. Kind of neat. I don't remember where I was going, though. Which way have I already been? Let's try going down this way, I think. No, that's where I first started. Okay, we'll go over here. Wait, is this where... No, wait, this is where I started. I'm a little bit lost. Have I been down here already? I think I have. I just need to make sure. Yeah, I have. Okay. I tricked myself. I tricked myself into thinking that I went the wrong direction. Edel says, tried to get back into FF14, but my friend group is only active from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's rough. Next time I get back into it, Kettle, we can play together. My sub isn't active right now because I don't really... I ain't got nothing to do. I'm not into the hardcore prog rating scene. I found a part for the Camera Obscura. You have acquired equipped function alarm. When being attacked by a ghost, the top part of the viewfinder may flash red and an alarm will ring. This instant... Oh, so this unlocks fatal frames for me. Perfect. If you take another shot while the ghost is being repelled back, you can perform a chain shot. Sweet. We're good at that. I swear. Ooh, oh. I shouldn't have used type 14 on that. Oops. That's fine. It's cool that using the viewfinder changes the textures on the wall. That's like exactly like my favorite part of Fatal Frame 2. The door is locked. The Keyhole is engraved with a 4-point well design. Voice behind the wall. In the storage space under the stairs was a small locked door. A low, mournful moaning was coming from inside. What could be in there? Paulo says, new theme for the final boss of the 24-man raid. Sounds like some shoujo anime. It was up here I had to go, right? I think so. No, I didn't. It was not over here. There was another hallway behind me, I'm sure. Is this an enemy, or is this a ghost I can take a picture of? It is an enemy. Okay. That was done poorly. There you are. Shirimasen-ka. Did you know them? Shadow Trans Fatal Frame. Combo shot. Let's go. Did I just kill her? It's crazy that you can't see the ghost health bars in this game. That makes it way more intense. Anohito. That person. So far it seems a little bit easier to get shutter chances and fatal frames. It's kind of amazing how much more refined the combat feels already. Oh, I'm getting so many of these. Let's go. Where? What? Oh, that didn't count. It was so close. Almost got a third combo shot off there. Did she die? I guess she did. Nice. Combat in this game is so interesting. It's got a way better flow than in both the first and the second game. I like, oh gosh, more ghosts, more spooky ghosts. In the bedding laid out on the floor is a bulge the size of a person. I have a bulge the size of a person. Let's go. Let's go. Get rocked on. All right. Let's see. I'm not going near her because I just wanted to make sure that I knew where we were. All right. Something deirarenai. I can't leave. She's whispering, so I can't really hear her. I called out, but there was no reply. A notebook or something is lying at the feet of the crouching woman. Burnt passport. Takigawa Yoshi, Japan. Registered domicile Shizuoka. It's been pretty badly scorched. Her name is Takigawa Yoshino. Why did it cut off the no in the burnt thing if it's visible on the art? That's goofy. But I can just make out the thin traces of writing. Yoshino Takigawa. Could this be her name? Yes, most likely. Can I take another picture of you? Her name was written at the charred passport that fell at her feet. Yoshino Takigawa. Does such a person really exist? I think so. Bye, lady.
あなたもし目覚めたらお願い
When you wake up, could you please do something for me? Is it possible that
私は悪くないの
Will you forget me? I'm not bad, please. Usata Cry says, if you don't mind me asking, did you learn Japanese by living in Japan? I've been speaking Japanese since I was a kid in America, but I did move to Japan to study the language when I was in college. So I went to school in Kumamoto Prefecture. Bruise appears. The pain flared up again after my dream of the empty house. Since the vision I had that day, I keep seeing the house in my dreams. The pain I felt when the tattooed woman touched me. The bruise. Dream, the house. Are they connected to you somehow? Or am I just tired? Clearly, she's just tired. Everything that we've seen at this point has confirmed to us that she's just having weird dreams. She's just sleepy. That's all. There we go. This game is extremely cool so far. On this shelf are photography books and newspapers. I'm really surprised by how much I'm enjoying it so far, because this is the one Fatal Frame game that I just never hear anyone talk about. Obviously, I heard people talk about Fatal Frame 1 because it was really... I don't want to say huge when it came out, but it was like a cult hit, obviously. So way back in the PS2 era, people would say like, oh, you like horror games, you gotta play Fatal Frame, it's so scary. And I never played the first game as a young one. Maybe I played like, 15 minutes of it on an emulator or something, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. Now, Fatal Frame 2, I bought the day it came out in America, and I could never get super far into it. I guess technically I got to like chapter 3 or 4, right? The Kiryu house was like as far as I'd ever gotten, because it scared me too bad as a kid, and I only played it with friends. So I would take my PS2 to my friend's house, hook it up on their old CRT TV, and we would play it together, and that was as far as I could get in the time that I would spend playing it just at my friend's house after school. And then Fatal Frame 3, I just never heard anything about, right? And over time, I ended up hearing about Fatal Frame 4 in, I think, that game came out, it must have been 2007, 2008? Does that sound right? It might even be later. It might be a 2009 game. I have no idea. But it was announced on Wii, and it was around the time that people were dealing with like Operation Rainfall and trying to get more Japanese and European exclusive games to come over to the US. So I remember people getting really excited about Fatal Frame 4 and the rumors of Xenoblade Chronicles first hitting, and people were really, really working on like fan translations for that. And like The Last Story was another game, I think, and Pandora's Tower. Like all of those games are like linked in my head. It's Fatal Frame 4, Last Story, Pandora's Tower, Xenoblade Chronicles, because they were games that people were like working really hard to get running on homebrewed and hacked Wiis at the time because they weren't coming to the US. And the thing about Fatal Frame 4 that got my attention was that Suda51 directed and co-wrote it. And that's really weird because it's the first like game specifically about ghosts that he had worked on since Twilight Syndrome, which he famously said scared him too bad because he's genuinely scared of ghosts. So Tsukihami no Kamen seems really interesting to me because it's like associated with that time when I was like still not quite fluent at Japanese, still like roughing it, learning it on my own, like getting better at the language in a more formal capacity. And I like played part like sort of into that whole translation aspect of like, how do I, like, could I possibly pick up this game and like help the translation progress? And like I never actually did. I never like worked on it or contributed or anything, but it was like floating around my mind as like a cool thing I could maybe do, because I'm like, I can kind of speak Japanese. I play Japanese video games all the time, but then I just never got around to playing it. So I'm looking really forward to the Steam release so that I can finally play it. Even though I'll be playing it in English, like I could probably play it in Japanese right now just fine. But it just kind of slipped off my radar back in the day. A note's been left on the kitchen counter. Dear Ray, I've gone out to do some research on the woman from the other day. I'll be back later this evening. Make sure you eat breakfast, okay? Miku. In a breakfast dish on the kitchen counter, a breakfast of perfectly made rice balls has been prepared. Oh, I could go for rice balls right now. That could actually be really good. I just want like manju right now. That would be so good. All right. Can't actually interact with them, so I guess I can't eat them. Anything in the fridge? Stick to the refrigerator door. Or my work schedule, a calendar with the supermarket discount days marked on them. All right. Already read that. Oh. That startled me a little bit. Hey. Ray, it's me, Miku. Quinn says, it's the late night pizza guy. Miku moonlights as the pizza guy. That's how she can afford the house. Miku just does everything. She's the one that pays the rent. Miku, I was able to get the name and address of the woman in the photo. How? How did you do that? It's a photo. It was like 480p. Not even. Yoshino Takigawa. She's the only survivor of a plane crash that happened the other day. What? What? How in the world? I knew I'd seen her before. It all came together when I asked one of the editors. Tafia says, Miku is insanely competent. This is why she can't be the main character. Kuket says, Miku's already been through this in game 1. She's an expert. I guess Miku is technically psychic, so... Seems that she's still being hospitalized. I'll tell you the location of the hospital. Yoshino Takigawa? Takigawa. Valley River, Yoshino. Interesting name. Cool name. I didn't catch the kanji that Yoshino was written with. I don't know if we could see it, but Takigawa is most certainly Valley River.
病院の方から聞いた話なんですけど、その人、長いこと眠ったまま起きないそうです。
Oh, these cutscenes are so well directed. I'm genuinely, I miss when games used to look like this. Ooh. This is so much fun. This is so exciting. Good Cat says, Red Star Death Moon, typical Japanese name. Yeah. Shadow Master Shadow Blade. Oh, she said, please wake me up. Okoshi. Okoshitai. Please, I want you to wake me up. I don't want to see anymore? Interesting. Such good camera work. Such good camera work. Hit me with it. Damn. This is so much like Kaido. The opposite of grant us eyes. Yeah, exactly. Cos, or some say cosm. I don't want to see anymore. And then you turn into ink.
病院へ行ってらしたんですか?
Adult video game cutscene. This is saucier than Parasite Eve. Am I gonna need to censor the screen? I told you we're on Booba watch. We gotta be careful here. Twitch is gonna come after me. The female survivor. Yoshino Takigawa. It's definitely the same woman I saw in the dream in the manor. Sole survivor of a plane crash, she slept constantly in the hospital after the accident, till the day she disappeared in front of my eyes. Blue pattern appeared on her body the instant before she vanished. What was it? Is she connected to the woman in my dream? And if so... The horrible accident of accidentally breaking a Bic pen on yourself and spilling blue ink everywhere. Miku around? I know I'm probably killing some time and running around, wasting everyone's time, but I just want to see things actually matter in this area. Like, if walking around at night, it gives me any benefit, if I can, like, talk to Miku and stuff. I don't know if there's any, like... Oh, Miku's here, yay!
Rei-san, 眠れないんですか?
Rei-san, can you sleep? Are you unable to sleep? I wonder what happened to her. They just said she disappeared on TV. Rei, you saw her just before it happened, but do you happen to know something about her? Can't talk to her again, unless maybe I have to run away and then come back. Nope. Doesn't seem to have any more dialogue. Man, Rei is huge. She is so leggy. Let's go see if we can develop any film, because I forgot to do that. Don't have any film I can develop. Okay, cool. They seem to be anything new. Can I take a bath? Did specifically mention that. You. Alright, I guess we'll just go back up to our bedroom and you may Niki this up. Wait, where'd Miku go? Dang, she's loud. She's like the least friendly roommate ever. Just runs through the house, banishes her fiance to a completely separate bedroom. Doesn't feed the cat, doesn't do the dishes. Alright, we're back here. Ooh, there's a thingy. Look. And nothing else. Good. Doesn't seem to be anything on it. Herbal medicine? Come on. Herbal med? Nope. Okay. Bars below my feet. Looks like there's another corridor on the other side of this wall. Did I ever figure out how to get back here? I did not. I'll just go this way. Ooh, there's stuff back there now too. Nice. We'll have to go grab that. Wonder if it's shotgun film. We'll have to see. No, herbal medicine. Nice. Starting our stockpile early. I wonder if stone mirrors work the same way in this game as they do in the others. My assumption is no. That's just wishful thinking, I think. Alright, Type 7 film refills every single time. Oh no. Type 7 film refills every single time we are in the dream. He's being tormented by what looks like ghosts. Shadow figures. Interesting. Anything in here? All right. Am I able to get into this room yet? Nope. All right, we'll go back downstairs, find our way back to Yoshino over here, and do our best. Figure out what the heck is going on. Actually, I should check something out. Can I upgrade the camera yet? Upgraded lens. Oh, okay. I do have the ability to do some of this stuff, right? Now shoot with the hidden fatal frame. Sensitivity. Display spirit power. Ooh, store. Max spirit power charge. If you power up, possible charge amount increases. That's pretty good. Max value. I'm trying to figure out what this means in this context, right? Because sensitivity, that makes sense. This is how fast it charges, camera range, etc. Max value is how much power I can put into a single shot. Range is how far away shots need to be in order to do good damage. What does store mean? Is that how much I can store up for my special shots? Sounds like it. Let's get sensitivity up 1, just so that we can do some more basic damage, save some more ammo. Something about sunken fireplaces in Japanese homes is just inherently creepy. They don't seem like they should be there. It's spooky. So cool though. Okay, still can't go this way, so we'll just have to go up from the other side like we did before. So far, I think this game has started out a little bit more smoothly than the last as well. Like the progression curve of like the amount of encounters we're getting into, the items we're getting, the amount of upgrades that we can handle, stuff like that. Like it's much less drastic than Crimson Butterfly was, but also much more than what the first game offered. So it's like nice to see that. That's pretty sweet. Ooh, they pulled that trick in Crimson Butterfly. Won't get me this time, game. You can't scare me. Of course she doesn't pick up the doll. Yeah, she doesn't clean. This has been established. I'm probably missing like items and stuff on the ground, but it's fine. I don't actually know if it's fine. This game might have like a brutal resource economy. I'm not touching that shotgun ammo until I like absolutely need to. I might stick pretty hard to the Type 7 film for as long as I can possibly make it using this stuff, because it refills and it does not seem like I'm picking up a lot of ammo so far in this game. I want to check back here, see if stuff has changed at all. Apollo says, save my film for any potential children ghosts. Yeah, basically, that's what I'm worried about. If I have to fight those kids again, I'm gonna lose it. Spooky. Spooky. Alright, let's go. Today's been a pretty cozy stream day, I think. I was looking forward to this all day. I want to get back to playing more Chained Echoes, but I just don't have the brain power for it, so I'm enjoying relaxing with Fatal Frame. I think after Fatal Frame ends, we'll have to examine what franchise we want to play next. I might leave it up to a vote for people. I have a few franchises that I think might be a little bit fun to go through. Spooky. Bass says, hey all, popping in for a few minutes before putting Bass Jr. to bed, then I'll be back again after. Nice. Get him a Twitch account so he can watch. I need my engagement up, Bask. Kettle Chips, Zelda CDI games? I don't think so. Ah! What I get for looking at chat before I turn to look at the screen. Konai, Konai, don't come near. Don't come near. You don't think Bask Jr. is up for this? You don't think this is a kid's game? But look how good I am at fighting the ghosts. This is rated E for everyone. There should probably be no children watching this game. Ah! Dang. No Fatal Frame. Dang. There is like no Fatal Frame chance on these guys. I'll be alright. Max shot 5 points. Oh, I guess just hurting these people at all is enough to like bug them, right? Come on. Huh. Daddy, tell the raccoon to shoot the child ghost. Indeed. What is going on? We're trying to get shutter chance on these, but it just really doesn't seem like they have it. Do I need to get like way closer? I think to hurt me when I tried. Ooh, yeah, that's really risky. Alright, that was a kill. Alright, so these things we just gotta do standard attacks on them, I guess. Ah! Jeez. Where are they? Where'd they go? Come on. Come out, cowards. Oh, there we go. Oh no. Alrighty, now we're in business. Fatal frame. Another. Another. Oh, I got so close to getting 4 in a row. Oh well. That's alright. Oop. I did not mean to. Oh no, I'm gonna get hit. Yeah. Oh, triangle does not open the menu in this game anymore. Oh no. Alright, heals? Is that what we're looking for? Herbal medicine. Alright, we have 4. It's okay. Oh, it does not heal you very much in this game. That didn't count. Alrighty. Let's go for another. Another. Not bad. Oh, that didn't count. Too close, I guess. I keep getting close to that 4th shot, but I can never quite make it. My timing's not good enough. I gotta do it just a little bit earlier. Nice. Okay, we did it. You're wrong. Anata wa chigau no. But it sounded like she said, at least. Not you are wrong. Are you different? Oh my god. Alright. We survived. I'm digging this. I like how bite-sized this is. This is really intriguing stuff. That was good. This is good. This game is good. The bruise spreads. I saw the bruise clearly when I woke. The pain is worse than yesterday. The bruise is spreading. Spreading bruise. Yoshino Takigawa had a bruise like this before she vanished. He was in my dream too. Was she having these same dreams? The bruise, the dreams. What do they mean? I have a tape I can listen to yet? I want to listen to the newest Utada Hikaru jams. Come on. Ray, this is Yoshino Takigawa's diary. They asked me to take care of it at the hospital since her family were all killed in the accident. They didn't seem to feel comfortable keeping it around the hospital. Was I right to accept it? August 10th. Sunny. I heard it's good for the heart to write in a diary and have someone read it. By doing this, maybe I'll stop seeing that terrible dream. I'm sad being all alone. If I can have someone read this in some way, maybe I will connect with them. August 11th. Cloudy. My family and Naoya died, But being alone is more frightening than even that harsh fact. More than the accident itself, being the only one living afterwards, waiting endlessly, that was more frightening. Left all alone in the total darkness. A sweltering night, but freezing cold. I had a nasty dream. Snow fell on an old abandoned house. I'm all alone and lost, but they might be all in this house. I can meet them. I sensed that. If I can go in, I can meet them. They're calling me. But if I go in, I may not be able to return. But if that's what he wants... August 18th, cloudy. Bit by bit, I go in deeper. I'm cold. It's getting dark. I can hear a song. Naoya's in there. Mom, Dad, everyone beside me, all in there. They all left me behind. Left me and went in because only I survived. August 27th, rain. Oh, it's been quite some time. It's painful. Is the pain the dream? The tattoo spreads. The doctor says he can't see anything. Overseas, they apparently call emotional trauma after an accident like this PTSD. But I can see it. Rainy. After sleeping several days, I'm only half awake. Gradually, I come not to know whether I'm awake or asleep. The doctor seemed interested when he listened to my story. Maybe he's coming more sympathetic. But that dream and the pain are mine alone. The pain is spreading. Rainy? Not sure. Am I to blame? Since I'm the only one who survived. But it's not like I chose to survive. Oh boy, that was an awkward spot to sneeze. Sorry everyone, I kind of ruined the mood there. It hurts, it hurts. What should I do? What? Forgive me. That woman is coming after me. I can see her even when I'm awake. I can't take being touched again. I don't want to see anymore. Yeah, that's like a campus note. That's like a really nice notebook. About the photo you gave me. There are marks on her. Don't you think they look like tattoos? Irezumi Kawai. Tattooed woman. The woman who appeared in my dream, Yoshino Takigawa, and the woman who attacked me in my dream both had the same tattoo. And now the same pattern is spreading across my body, ever since she touched me in that dream. The dream, the bruise, the manner, are they all somehow connected to her? Yoshino Takigawa, the only survivor of a plane crash. She went missing from the hospital and appeared in my dream. She attacked me like someone out of her mind. A tattoo-like bruise covered her entire body. Now the same tattoo is spreading across my body. If it carries on like this, then I wonder if there's ever going to be anything down here. I wonder if we can talk to Miku again. I'm going to keep like looking around, seeing if stuff... Yay, Miku. Can't talk to her though. Oh, I can. Yeah, recently. Are you sure you're still okay? Here. That sound? Is there anything? Ooh, a red light? Nope. Nothing. What is that sound? Is it just a refrigerator? Huh. Weird ambient noise. Once again, doesn't really interact with anything. Bask says, a shower running? It does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? Okay, do any pictures? Let's see. I don't have any film I can develop now. Okay, whatever. Oop. Walked the wrong way. Anything in here, though? Can I check the trash? Anything in the trash? Nope. I meant to check if I could take a bath. Nope. Mika's probably gone, right? Dishwasher I bought from Miku. I thought it would make life easier for her, but she hardly seems to use it. Lacquerware and fragile plates damage easily if you wash them in a machine, she says. Not actually really true. Most dishwashers are extremely gentle. The issue that you run into is when you use incorrect detergents in them.
今日も雨ですね。
Yomoame desu ne. Agree. It is in fact also raining today. Guess we're gonna save. Let's look at our camera. We don't have enough points for another upgrade yet, but we're close. Intriguing. Item. We love items. Is this that place from yesterday? Yeah. Ooh, we're in chapter 2 now. Nice. There's something on the floor where Yoshino Takigawa was crouching yesterday. The 4-point well key. Ah, we know where that goes. I want to check over here. See if there's anything. Nope. Alright, I have full health. So if I can survive the dream, then it heals me for full health. So I really should ration my healing items. Oh my gosh. That was suboptimal. Fight me. Fight me, Yoshino. Oh, I'm using type what is it, 17 film? I don't really want to do that, but start with 30, it seems like every single. Face me. I want to get a thing of her. Why is she hard to hit this time? Alright. We killed her. Alright, I should be able to upgrade my camera now, so let's do that. That. Can't upgrade lenses yet. What do we want? Do we want more range? Do we want more max value? Do we want to store stuff? I'm inclined to say store stuff, but let's do that. That should be easy because we pretty much max out that anyway, like the moment the fight starts, so. Task says, there's probably some diminishing returns with graphical fidelity. Where's something about where something is? Interesting. Couldn't make that out. That says there's probably some diminishing returns with graphical fidelity at some point, but improving visual quality and mechanical design of these games is really noticeable from game to game in this franchise, and they're getting more spooky, at least to watch. Yeah, I agree. I think that the fights in this game are already a huge step up from the first two games. I very much liked the fights of the second game more than the first, where the first was just like incredibly annoying to fight anything. Fatal Frame 2 was less annoying in that regard. There definitely was some tedium in some of the fights where you just kind of had to wait for enemies to... I'm getting angry about getting juked like this. I'm gonna go up there. I want to see what they're up to. There were definitely some fights in Fatal Frame 2 that were a little bit annoying, just because you have to wait so long for enemies to become tangible. Oh, I can't do this one yet. But I thought overall it was a big increase in quality from the first game. So the fact that the combat is even better in this one so far, and like, I mean, not to say that it's easier, because I don't know if it is yet. Like, a lot more seems to be going on in the combat in this game than in the second game at any given point in time, and enemies are really aggro. But the fact that there's less intangibility, the fact that you can get shutter chances in Fatal Frames a little bit more easily, makes it feel way more active and dynamic, which is really cool. Like, I find it so much more enjoyable. All right, let's prepare ourselves for the spooky. Mask says popping out for a few. This is so Cairo. Oh man. Sacred rope and paper festoons hang from the wall. The wall is cracked and marked with black stains. Nani kore? What is this? There we go. The image of something has been caught in the photo. That's only a little bit ominous. A tree root or something is protruding from the crack in the wall. It looks like a hand. That is not a tree root. It's just a hand. It doesn't look like a hand. It is a hand. What are you doing? Game pauses for a second to load. This was the area. Kono basho ano toki no. It's that place from that time, or this place is from that time. So it's oh my god! Ah! I didn't realize that was gonna be a fight. That was alarming. It's good though. We're good. I'm getting good at the Fatal Frames, y'all. I can do this. Whew. An image of something has been caught on the photo. There's an ancient, sturdy-looking lock on the door. The image of two mandarins is carved on the lock. In the daydream, Yu was here. True, he technically was. Was it a daydream, or was it a hallucination? Were you absolutely tripping? There's a well with a wooden frame in the corner of the courtyard. The well lid is off, and I can see inside, but it's too dark for me to see clearly. But it looks like the well's run dry. Girl, you have a flashlight. Small gravestones are lined against a cracked earthen wall. They are simple, unadorned pieces of hewn stone. There's nothing written on any of them. Those are some Silent Hill noises. Alright, it seems to be coming from this room that this thing... oh! There we go. You can't trick me, game. I see what you're doing. I missed the fatal frame again. The combo shot. What? I thought that was a fatal frame. Come fight me. Come fight me, ghost. There we go. Oh, no. Off of me. What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here, goofball. I don't think so, buddy. Alright. I got all these guys wrapped around my finger. Let's go. That count? It did. Not really getting a lot of points for this. Yeah. Staying safe, that's all that matters. Run over here so that they all come at me from the same attack vector. Yeah. Oh no. Did I get them both? I did. There's something on the ground where the man in white was. Sleeping Stone 1. Carved in relief into a lithograph stone the size of my palm is a horizontal line like the character for 1. There's a raised bump in the back of the stone, maybe for fitting into something. Men in white. The men who appeared in the black-stained corridor wearing ragged white robes and tall court hats. Was it their voices I heard through the corridor walls moaning? What's happening to them in there? Wonder. Can I interact with the tree root hand yet? Nope. Kettle Chip says, I'm so glad the camera doesn't growl anymore. Yeah, it's really nice that it's more like an ominous whooshing sound than like a horrible tinnitus rumbling effect. Now, I'm sure there are other sleeping stones, but let's go upstairs. Oh god. I missed that ghost. Oh well. Fitting the sleeping stone, the contraption began to move. Minute script is engraved on the stone slate. Engrave in the pedestal the same number of panes as are engraved on the sleeping stone. Huh. Oh, I see. I need to make them all equal 0, right? So, 1, 1, 2, and now 1, 2, 3. Seems the door has unlocked. Not really sure how the stone can like change shape like that. Oh, there was an item down there. What a fool I have been. I can see a door on the other side of the roof if I were to walk across the roof. ... We're going back down. Hollow, have you tried sliding the blocks? Indeed. I have done many a block slide. We have to go back downstairs though so that I can grab the item that is in that room, because if it's like a healing item or some film, I do not want to miss out on that, especially if it is good ass shotgun film. I am running pretty low though, which is kind of scary, and I'm definitely taking a lot of damage, but it's okay. I just need to play a little bit more conservatively. I'll be fine. Wondering if I'll run into ghosts in here if I walk back in, but it was down here, right? Yeah. I believe it's right. I believe it's back there, or maybe it's just over here. Can't remember. Sacred water. Oh, nice. That was very worth it. Oh, shoot. What was that? Ah. I'm too oblivious to notice the ghosts. I'm so dumb. Probably missing out on a lot of upgrade, but it's fine. Need more upgrade juice. Need my skill cream. Alrighty, let's move forward. Let's look. Alright, I have over 10,000 points, which is perfect. It allows us to upgrade to Power Store, which I wanted to do just so that we had the ability to store spiritual energy. We will run downstairs, down the other area just so that we can save again, so I can have a safety save. Because I'm getting eaten alive by ghosts. It's weird to call this game bite-sized because it's not really bite-sized portions, but it's interesting to see how the levels have been broken up like this. Because it really makes every single trip to the manor goal-oriented in a way that, like, kind of makes it feel a little bit less confusing than the first two games. Because there were definitely points in the first two games where I was just like hopelessly lost, right? And I had no set idea of what to do. I would open a door and then would just have to deal with the fact that I now have a gigantic open door and area ahead of me. In this one, it's very much like, all right, I did a little thing. I got booted out of the dream. I will do X thing next time. Now that I have that open, right? Like it's just a very clean break in the like levels, which is cool. I'm certainly enjoying that aspect so far. Excuse me? an image of something has been caught on the photo. I should not have used the ammo that I used. Oh no, I'm on type 7. We're good. I just want to see if there's anything over here. So far, Ray has been, I think, an interesting protagonist. She seems to be the oldest out of all the protagonists so far, which is nice. She's like a professional, which is cool. In terms of competence, I'm not really 100% sure. She seems to have more of an investigative spirit than Mio did. Mio kind of was just like, I guess I just have to make do and deal with this to survive this horrible thing I'm stuck doing. But overall, she's kind of interesting. Ray, I like her a bit. You know, definitely mean, could do some more chores, is kind of freeloading, but I mean, not the worst thing to do. Kafia says, I got nothing on Miku though. See, the weird thing is that like Miku in her own game is not very interesting, but Miku in this game, not bad. Pretty competent. 2 Mandarin ski. Oh, perfect. Found a part for the Camera Obscura. Acquired equipped function evade. When you are caught by a ghost, if your timing, pressing the shoot button is good, you can evade the attack. Oh, perfect. You were gonna try to trick me, game, but you couldn't keep up. I almost got that one, but I didn't want to waste the ammo. I'm running real low on ammo, dang. Positioning is pretty darn important in this game because getting combo shots is a way better use of your ammunition. But it's such a risky gamble. Oh. I just want to see what the resource economy is. I made about 2,000 off that fight, it looks like. So, yeah, that's not bad. A disused old something or other. What? What was that? A disused old door of some kind? A tatami mat, maybe? Not really sure what that did. Oh, well, that's fine. Tsuki, that was you, wasn't it? So, now we can go down there. We can unlock the room. I'm sure there will be ghosts on the way, but, well, I don't know, actually. The game's been pretty good about not just, like, throwing obstacles in my path for no reason at all, so I should probably be fine. This way? I think it is. Yeah, there we go. I want the save point. That's what I'm looking for. The game has done a pretty good job about not, like, just throwing shit in my way for no reason other than to do it, so I'm pretty happy about that. Whereas, like, Fatal Frame 1 and 2, you could get into situations where, like, ghosts seemingly would just, like, respawn, so it would be a horrible waste of your resources. Granted, For Fatal Frame 2, we mostly made it through that game just using Type 74, right? Like if I was less of a hoarder with my ammo and I actually used my Type 90 more often and my Type 61, I would probably have had a much more expedient time, but still, there were moments in that game where ammo felt pretty sparse. Like when I actually was running out of Type 74 towards the end, that was pretty rough. So I'm feeling pretty good about my ammo conservation tactics this time around. Maybe I can check sacred water, key items, professional camera, 2 mandarins key. And what was the big thing I picked up? I totally missed that. Vanishings, current passport. All right, forward we go. There's an ancient, sturdy-looking lock on the door. 2 mandarins are carved in the lock. Use the 2 mandarin keys to remove the lock. I can't tell if there's a ghost in the room or if it's just spooky sound effects to get me all spooked. You. Yeah. It's the same courtyard and tomb from that daydream. In the dream, you was inside. There's an old film in the Camera Obscura. Musty film. Okay, cool. Manor of Sleep. Inside the house was a courtyard. It was snowing. There was a line of graves and an even older house looming up behind. This is reminding me of like a, honestly, it's like a less ambitious but more interesting Silent Hill 4 The Room in a lot of ways. Because this is very much similar to the structure of Silent Hill 4 The Room. Today, it's Miku. Good morning. I gathered together all the information I got from the editor about the woman yesterday. I wanted you to see it. It's laying on the desk in my room, so please go take a look at it if you'd like. I've gotten a little worried about all this. There's one other thing I wanted to check out. I'll be back after I finish. Got it. Thank you. Once again, the sound of the refrigerator is what I think that is. Yeah, it happens right when you walk in, but if you like take even one more step, it disappears. Good about that film. Oh my gosh. What was that? You-chan. Was that you? Oh, but the cat was in here, and the cat was not disturbed, which goes against... Can we pet the cat? No. I can just stare at it? Oh. I can play with the cat. here, cat. What is doing this do? Weird. Cat is completely disinterested, which, to be fair, makes this an extraordinarily realistic cat. Ka says realism. Exactly. Alright, let's see. Undeveloped film. Develop this film. Give me that film. Alright. Looks like the grave mound in the courtyard by the stairwell. Maybe I can learn something from this photo. Black human-shaped stains mark the walls of the narrow corridor. Maybe I can find something out about this. Intriguing. Human-shaped stains. The narrow corridor on the other side of the door where I heard the moaning was strung with sacred rope and paper. The walls were covered with human-shaped stains. There was a black stain left behind when Yoshino Takigawa vanished. Did something happen on those walls as well? So this is totally random, but the other movie that this reminds me of very, very directly is Dark Water, which is a movie based on a short story by the guy who wrote The Ring, Koji Suzuki Koji, and I believe it was directed by Nakata Hideo, which is the guy who directed The Ring as well, the first adaptation of that. So it's really interesting how the actual J-horror film inspiration in this game has grown over time, because it's incredibly visible. And then of course Pulse, which I don't think that's a Nakata movie, but that is a good movie. A bag with Japanese pattern hangs on the wall, a somber kind of pattern for a girl not yet out of her teens. Well, yeah, she's like psychic and a ghost. Or ghost hunter, not a ghost itself. All right. On the desk are a small dressing mirror and a lamp with a paper shade. Miku made the shade and the cloth that hangs over the mirror herself. On a chest of drawers is a Japanese doll dressed in red that Miku brought with her from home. Yeah, that's definitely not... This is like the creepiest teenage girl's room I've ever seen. On the shelf are a camera and some kaleidoscopes and other Japanese knickknacks Miku's collected. Good Cat says, this reminds me of the collection of indie found footage J-horror movies we watched way back when. Like Terror Tales from Tokyo and all of those. Do you still have those? I want to rewatch them so bad. I loved how Fuon no Tane they were. Wasn't there... I'm trying to remember one of them. There was a movie that we watched at one point, Good Cat, where there was a mermaid in a bathtub. Do you remember that? Was that one of those Terror Tales from Tokyo things? Because I remember it not being amazing, but I remember the vivid imagery in that film has stuck with me for forever. Miku always keeps her desk so neatly arranged. There's a pile of reference materials and Miku's notes on the desk. She said she'd put them together for me. Capheus. Psychic, ghost hunting, detective teenager, and she can do arts and crafts. Yeah, that's waifu material. Alright, Yoshino Takigawa. The woman in the photograph. Yoshino Takigawa, 26. She was the only survivor of a plane crash that occurred in August. Following is a comment from a reporter named Ozawa who covered it. When the plane crashed, Miss Takigawa was thrown out of the aircraft and was mostly untouched by the fire. Also, the arbor where she was thrown became a cushion, and she was thus miraculously saved. When rescued, her external injuries were mild burns, bruises, and scrapes, and it was determined there was no threat to her life, but as it took 4 days to find her, she was very dehydrated, weak and distressed. She seemed to be suffering mentally. During those 4 days, she was surrounded by other victims, her relatives, and her lovers' corpses. Next is what I heard from someone at the hospital admissions. After hospitalization, she was extremely frightened of being alone or sleeping. She apparently had frightening dreams and would even hurt herself to stay awake. But over time, the amount she slept grew longer until she spent most of the day sleeping. At first, it was thought she was sleeping due to the psychological trauma she experienced. But her condition gradually grew worse. She would sleep for 3 days straight. When she woke, she would complain of hallucinations, saying pain or there are bruises all over my body. As her hallucinations grew worse, she became less responsive to outside stimulus during her waking hours, and would sometimes mutter deliriously or sing lullabies. The past several days, she hasn't awoken, and the rest is as Ray saw. There's also just a hospital rumor, but the staff has a long-standing urban legend amongst themselves about patients like Takigawa, who they call lost patients. Interesting. Placed between the pages of Miku's notebook is a copy of a newspaper cutting with today's date written on it. On the night of the 9th, a patient disappeared from her ward in Katsuragi Hospital, and the police are currently searching for her. The missing person is the sole survivor of the August plane crash, Yoshino Takigawa. Ms. Takigawa became emotionally unstable after the accident. She was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and hospitalized long-term. The hospital's response to her disappearance went no further than "we are investigating the details." Ms. Takigawa lost all of her family in the accident, and concerns have been raised about her current whereabouts. All right, I have to catch up on chat. Let's see. It says, Apollo says mermaid in the manhole. That was great. Yeah, Apollo has it right. That is the one that I was thinking of. Good Cat says, I was thinking of those indie ones we watched with the guy who saw the giant sky jellyfish, and the exact one you're thinking of is Noroi. So yeah, Noroi and a Cult. Those are super weird Japanese horror movies. I believe he had one named Eldritch as well. That director is like a super cult classic director in Japan who does B-movie schlock. Like, just tons of really weird movies. But Noroi is genuinely amazing. Yeah, Shiraishi Koji. He does, like, I guess in a way he's like really similar to kind of a Japanese what's his name? Sam Raimi. Like very similar in style. Not necessarily style like in terms of like the kinds of movies he makes, cuz his are mostly found footage or like very cinema verite movies, but he has that like weird indie low budget spirit and makes just like off the wall films. Some of them are genuinely really funny despite also being like really fridged horror. But Occult and Noroi is amazing. Good Cat says, Mad, you haven't watched Cure yet. Are you kidding me? I've seen Cure like 100 times. I love Cure. Cure is an incredible film. What are you talking about? With the hypnotist that does the hand motion? Yeah, I love Cure. Cure's fantastic. Who was it that made Hausu? I can't remember the name of the director that did that film. But let's see. I'll Google it really quick. Hausu. That is by Obayashi Nobuhiko. House is definitely some schlock. That's a wild movie. I have it on the Criterion Collection release. Miku with man. It's Mafuyu. He looks so edgy. Photo shows Miku with a kind-looking young man. A boyfriend? No, more likely brother and sister. She's always been cheerful enough, but I don't think I've ever seen her look quite this contented. I heard she lost a family member. Could this person in the picture be Miku Hinasaki? Good Cat says, I thought we talked about Cure, and you were like, nah, I haven't watched it yet. No, I've seen Cure a bunch of times. That's like one of my favorite Japanese films. I genuinely like that movie. On this shelf are photography books and newspapers. Oh, gotcha. Kettle Chip says, I forgot, did Mahuyu survive Fatal Frame 1? No, he like got spirited into the past to pacify the girl's ghost. But yes, if people need Japanese horror film recommendations, Let's name some of the ones that I mentioned earlier. There was Noroi, which is great. Cure, which is great. Kairo, or Pulse. It got an American remake named Pulse, but the Japanese film also is called Pulse. The Japanese version is very good. Obviously The Ring, obviously Dark Water. Terror Tales from Tokyo, Mermaid in a Manhole. Those were wild ones. Definitely worth looking into. Terror Tales from Tokyo is weird because it is a collection of I think they were straight to VHS horror films that are extraordinarily low budget. However, they basically play out like the weirdest made for TV adaptation of one of my favorite horror manga of all time, Fuan no Tane, Seeds of Anxiety. That is a horror manga wherein every chapter is like 3 pages long, like max. I think the longest one is like maybe 15 pages. But they're just horrifying. They're super weird, sudden. They kind of feel like, in like a sort of interesting way, like urban legend creepypasta sort of styles, a storytelling. But also, I knocked on the toilet door, but it looks like no one is inside. Oh, interesting. Didn't realize that was just the toilet. But it ultimately ends up feeling like an weird like ARG set of stories that you like encounter and just like have weird stuff in that just the kind of horror stories that you can't really adapt into bigger narratives, but are really creepy, just kind of punchy, and they hit you really quick. So yeah, Fuan no Tane, it's a great manga, but I don't know if it ever got an official translation. I read it online way back in the day. There's something comforting about the sound of rain, the way it seems to envelop the whole house and everything in it. I believe, I could be wrong, but in my head this sounds right. I think Fuan no Tane was written by the guy who does PTSD Radio. I'm not sure. Like, truly don't remember, but I think that might be right. Someone fact check me in chat. Good Cat says yes. Okay, good. I'm not crazy. I got it right. We're good. That was like a golden era of horror manga for me, where I just read everything. Where I was like, all right, I need to get my fix. Like, I'm gonna sit here and just read every horror manga under the sun, every weird like nonsense, guro, violence, like insanity manga I could find. I just read everything. I read so much Umez, like so much Umez, and Kago stuff at that point too. Just really strange manga that, you know, doesn't really stick with me. It's not stuff that I'm like super into, but definitely was like a fun time to read just for once. Good Cat says Fuan no Tane was also like hilarious. Yeah, it genuinely was. It was like, it's weird because like horror and comedy are kind of the same thing. They set up an expectation and then subvert that expectation or confront that expectation in a way that makes you change your understanding of what came before, right? So it's all about anticipation and then payoff. That's what horror and comedy both are built on. Two sides of the same coin. Koko wa... What is this place? I'm not allowed to take out my camera yet. Oh, whoa, we're in chapter 3 already. So horror and comedy, anyway, are basically the same thing, with few exceptions. This is why a lot of horror movies also are very funny, and why a lot of horror directors and comedy directors are good at switching those genres, because they're built off the same storytelling and narrative techniques. So that's also why a lot of really great horror films, some people read them as comedies depending on their context. In fact, that's one of the best parts about Get Out, is depending on who you watch that movie with. Oh, that was sudden. Depending on who you watch that movie with, people will will really focus on the horror aspects or really focus on the comedy aspects, because it's just really well constructed from both perspectives there. But yeah, Fuan no Tane has punchlines, like truly good punchlines in it that are extraordinarily funny. Alright, need to stop wasting my film there. Cool. Got the just kill. Only took 10 shots. Not bad. 3,600 points, though, is not great for us right now. We need way more than that. Alright. Let's look at our map really quick. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so horror and comedy are in a lot of ways like sibling genres, right? And that's often why horror comedies are so successful, is because if you're good at one, it's not necessarily guaranteed, but it's very possible that you'll be good at the other, because they rely on the same narrative strengths to work. An oblong shanked charcoal brazier. The ashes inside are damp. It looks like it hasn't been used for a long time. Sure do. Oh, that's a ghost. I see. You are not gonna trick me, game. I will not fall for your shenanigans. Something shiny on the floor. Type 61 film. Great, we got more shotgun ammo. I mean, we were up here in the prologue. Something inside the drawer. Sacred water. Perfect. We got 2 sacred waters now. Drawers. There's definitely going to be something in here, though. There's like going to be a ghost that attacks me for investigating all this stuff. I can tell by the camera angle. Old chest looks like disused. Nope. Okay. Phew. The gap in the wall. I can see through to the downstairs floor. Maybe this is where the banister used to go. Huh. Can I not use that, like, sliding door partition? Aphia says, oops, lost track of time. Better start rice. Hey. That dinner. Something is reflecting in the light. Type 14 film. Not bad. Japanese doll sits in a formal pose in the alcove. Alright, before I investigate this area too widely, picked up a bunch of stuff, which is awesome. I'm gonna walk back and check out the rest of that hallway. But yeah, horror movies are a very big passion of mine. I am a very big fan of them. Oh, intriguing. Another projector room. This room has pretty much the same layout as the one from Fatal Frame 2. Old projector. Ah, didn't let me take the picture. Annoying. Is this the Crimson Butterfly ritual? No, it doesn't look like it. See what we can do. Ooh. All right, so we got 40 type 14. Or type 17 ammo. Among all the tattered old books on the shelf is one with a spine that looks newer than the others. Folklore notes. While continuing my research, I stumbled upon the existence of the shrine that is perhaps the origin of the sleeping priestess. The shrine is very small and hidden away within the depths of a mountain. It appeared just as in the drawing. There are normally no worshippers, and according to stories from the small village nearby, it is a shrine where you can offer your pain. When I called upon the head of the family, she said they allow visitors until the snow melts. They carry out a rite here to protect a sacred area in the mountain. Men are not allowed in the rite, but it seems every few years they invite men in order to continue the bloodline. They call them outsiders. I think that I've heard a similar custom. The guests who come in winter, while the snow falls, all hide their faces and pull large bundles on wagons. It resembles a funeral procession. The rite carried out on their behalf must be connected to the song of the sleeping princess. Yeah, it's interesting. Added Folklorist Notebook 1 to my file. Found a part of the Camera Obscura. Ooh, equip function track. Your camera is not ready. It will automatically face in the direction of the nearest hostile ghost. Oh, that's perfect. It's funny how it pauses to like load the room. Kind of ominous. Tafius unlocked quick scoping, lol. Yep. About 360 no scopes from ghosts. Image of something has been caught on the photo. Very convenient. Game's been a real treat so far. Been really enjoying this. Always nice when something surprises you. Ah, it's pretty ominous. Ooh, there's a save lantern though. Let's go do that. Not getting away this time. We got a stone mirror. We did it. Ah, that's great for us. Nice. All right. Very cool. Probably can't go in here yet. Yep. Firmly shut. Same place. U is inside. Okay, cool. Oop. Oh, I pressed my trigger. Oops. We're gonna walk back. I want to check out the other fork of the hallway before we move any further, because I hate leaving corridors unexplored. Sealed by a strong power. Got it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Did I already check in here? I did. Be through the projector room. Hitting the track function is really helpful, actually, because being able to immediately face enemies is, like, extremely prime. Doors tightly sealed. Okay, cool. This is good. We love this. It's great for us. All right, back this way. Let's go try to examine the other parts of the house that we could not explore last time. Why is that still there? Oh, I guess I killed it? Did I? Nope. Not really doing anything. Spooky. Oh, closed with a lock. We opened it. Where does this bring us? Oh, okay. Just let's just trying to follow the direction of my headphones. It's a little hard. Oop. More stuff right there. Perfect. Is defo upstairs though. Herbal medicine. That's great. Alright, so we are getting some of the items that were there before. Some of them respawn, which is cool. Am I just gonna have to fight, what's her name again? Takigawa? There we go.
王様落ちて私 ごめんなさい
I'm sorry.
母様
Sorry, Mom. Alright, got a shatter chance. Not bad. Is Trixie.
王
Come
様
on.
は
There we go. Four-hit combo. That's not bad.
ごめんなさい
Kids are hard to fight in these games. Ugh! Start with me. There she is.
あの人が殺した
Did you kill that person?
王様は
Father. Oh. There we go. Oh no. That didn't count as a fingerprint for some reason? There we go. Intriguing. So I guess we didn't really get much for that other than fighting her and getting the points for it, but that did give us like a lot of points, I think. Maybe I have enough to upgrade? 10,000. I do. I can upgrade something again. Max value, range, sensitivity. I would like to get range up because this is what allows me to get as many combo shots in a row as possible. So, well, that's good. It actually seems better this time than last time to actually get. I don't know why the heart beats when you do that. Is it? I wonder if it's literally just to creep you out. Like it doesn't seem like it's really that meaningful. Again, I'm mostly just exploring to see if there are any more items around for me to pick up. Thing in there, just the bowls again. Locked thingy. We're good to go the other direction. We still don't have the key to get up there, I don't think. Ah, sneeze. I'm alright. I survived. We're good. Alright, we'll go back the other way now so that we can explore the like garden area I kind of ran away from earlier. So as I was saying earlier, there are a few game series I would like to play on the channel just because they've been on my mind a lot. Other than this. So the two that I'm really thinking about right now are, I think it would be fun to go back through the Castlevania series just because I love them and it's been a very long time. Maybe not a very long time, but it's been a long enough time since I last played them that it might make for a fun series. And I have all the like anniversary and like Game Boy collections and stuff, so I could just play them. It would be really fun to showcase the Japanese version or the Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. That could be really cool. So yeah, just something to think about. There was a recent fan patch that came out that updated and fixed some of the big errors with the Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. So that could be pretty fun to go through, I think. Because I know a lot of people haven't seen that version of the game. There are a few other games as well that I think would be fun to go through. Tafia says, as in the 2D games? 2D and 3D. I would go through all of them. I would love to. An image of something has emerged on the photo. Interesting. She's one of the, like, nail maidens, I guess we'll call her. So yeah, Tavia says, as in the 2D games, that would be cool. Yeah, I love all of the 2D Castlevania games. I've played all of them plenty of times in the past. There are a few that I've never fully beaten. Castlevania 2, I never... Oh god, it's this guy again. I missed. This guy seems spooky. Combo. That's not bad. We'll need this for this fight. Nice. Look at that. Hell yeah. I'll teach you to fight me. You thought I was an easy kill. Get on my level. Afia says, all I know of the 3D releases is that the N64 games are pretty rough. I love the N64 Castlevania games. I do not think they are amazing games, but they are extraordinarily ahead of their time. And most people have never played Legacy of Darkness. They've only played Castlevania 64. Legacy of Darkness is like a director's cut expanded edition of Castlevania 64, and it improves the game by a very significant margin. It is pretty interesting to play in the modern game day. I would love to stream those games. Truly, I would love to. So that is actually a huge reason why I want to stream that series. I would love to play them on stream. Because there is a lot to say about Castlevania 64, especially that just has never had its due. It's a Dianthus design. Okay, interesting. Looks like there's something inside. Type 61 film. Nice. On the trunk are a box and a no mask. It looks like the Masakami long-haired maiden mask. Interesting. 2 Japanese dolls on top of the trunk. One of them has fallen over. I think they're a matching pair of twin dolls. Red and blue plate. The plate has been painted with a beautiful design. Baby doll wrapped in cloth in a basket. Looks like an old straw cradle. Didn't they use these in the olden days in the cold north of Japan? Fuck. On a part of the Camera Obscura. You've acquired upgraded lens slow. Spirit points needed 1. You can slow a photograph ghost for a certain amount of time. L1 button to operate. Temporarily slows ghost movements so they are easier to shoot. It also temporarily prolongs the shutter chance and fatal frame. Useful for fast-moving ghosts or when timing the shutter chance is hard. Nice. I have been waiting for this. Good Cat says, I get a dopamine hit whenever I hear the generic page turning noise from the menus in the modern games and movies. Yeah, so Castlevania 64 uses a lot of generic audio, like basically free audio assets. So there's like a creaky gate noise that's extraordinarily iconic to me that I can like point out whenever I hear it and stuff. Glass breaking sound is another one that's like really nostalgic. And the page turning sound at the start of the game are just like so iconic for me. I immediately recognize them the second I hear them anywhere. Oh, alrighty. Cool. Perfect. Now we can go try to explore the other side of the house, I guess. I need the Dianthus key, which I'm not 100% sure where that is. I guess we have to go find the little nail maiden girl, right? Oh, that's the way out. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, so with the Castlevania games, like I would love to play through all of them, just like in order, one by one, have a good time going through them because I think they're really cool games. There's a few I've never played to completion, like Simon's Quest I've never beaten. I mean, I've watched that game 100 times and I've played a considerable amount of it, but I've never beaten it myself. And I guess technically the Super Nintendo Dracula X I've never beaten. That is more because that game is like the hardest Castlevania game. It is so tough. I've beaten Rondo of Blood, I've beaten Symphony of the Night, I've beaten basically all of the Igavanias. Have I beaten Dracula's Curse? I think I have. I think I've beaten Dracula's Curse a few times. Bloodlines beaten a few times. But it would be a lot of fun to go through and like chart that game's history, I guess, for lack of a better word, as it evolves. The other games that I want to play on stream that I'm like debating about streaming right now are the Fire Emblem games, because they've been coming up so often, and people and Engage is coming out and people want to talk about it, and people seem very intrigued by my Fire Emblem opinions, because I am not a huge fan of the series, but I have played not to completion, but I have played many of them. So it's one of those series that I kind of want to just go through on stream and like have fun with. But you know, it is what it is. Bellflower, that's the design up here. Okay, I couldn't remember. So yeah, it's one of those things I've been thinking about. I'm not sure. I'll probably leave it up to a vote of some kind. So if you all want to watch me play any of these games, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to play them for stream. It's just weird, right? It's like trying to decide what works and what doesn't work on stream. Of course, Good Cat says everything I know about Fire Emblem I know from Smash and Hentai Dojin. That's what most people's exposure to Fire Emblem is, those two things, in like gacha games. I will probably not be playing Fire Emblem Heroes on stream. There's a less than 0% chance of that happening. It's gonna trigger a fight. Oh, just reward. We're back in that phase of Fatal Frame where I am lost and do not know where to go. This will be fun. Alcove is decorated with a small image of a hanging scroll. Looks like there was originally landscape painting on the scroll, but not much is left of it now. Basically had that exact same description in Fatal Frame 1. Nothing in any of these boxes yet. There was a clock on the wall, right? Is that an interactable? Oh, something shiny. Oh, Type 14 film. That's awesome. I had no idea that was there. I was trying to interact with the clock, but it's fine. And nothing there for me to play with. Do I have to fight one of these girls again? Dang. Spooky. Alright. Let's go. I'm gonna fight you, ghost girl. Be prepared to get wrecked. You absolutely cannot trick me, game. I am too good. I am too good at this. Why'd you have to go and die? All chest, rotted. Didn't seem to be anything in there. Okay. Alright, so I guess the next place to go is gonna be let's check the hallway back here. I just want to see, because I don't remember where this actually leads. Oh yeah, this goes to the place that we fought Kakigawa, which is fine. We can go back here. Oop. Again, I think it might be an important person's room. Read screens hang down. Anything to do here? Doesn't seem like it. Very puzzling. Not really sure what we need to do here. Let's see. Just keep moving. But yeah, so Fire Emblem is high on the list for other games I would really like to play on the channel, just because it's strategy, there's permadeath, you can die, affect the run, make it personal, I guess. And if I did it, I would like to kind of roll with my mistakes. But at the same time, I just don't know how watchable it would be. That's my big concern with Fire Emblem, is that I don't know how much there is for me to commentate on. I'm not really a super smart person when it comes to strategy and tactics RPGs. I kind of just make things work. So it's a little bit tough to make that, you know, part of the channel. Oh, maybe it's over here. Maybe I have to go interact with the root. The hand root. Black stains is roughly the size of people are aligned on the wall. Doesn't seem to be it appears to be a small opening in the wall. Again, doesn't really help. I didn't even realize this was here. There's something so hilariously unnecessary about tiny doors. I agree. Apollo, what is the architectural value of having a tiny door? You kidding me? The corridor gets even lower up ahead. I can feel a breeze coming from the low corridor. Maybe it leads to somewhere, but only a small woman or a child could fit through such a narrow space. Girl, you could crawl. I know you're kind of leggy, but you would be fine. The gall on this woman. So entitled. She has her like live-in best friend servant. Like, it's awful. It's so weird. She's loud and mean according to her own self-identification. Like, old scrap of paper left behind where the child's ghost was. Mommy, sorry. Daddy was trying to get my ball and fell. It was scary. Sorry. Is it addressed to her mother? I guess so. Hell yeah. All right. We're doing good. Oh, come on. Come at me. You think you can fight me? You want some of this? Come and get it, Buster. Get ready to get a face full of raccoon. That's what I thought. You guys don't know who they're messing with. This where I needed to go? I don't really remember. I don't remember where the area I was looking for was. Oops. It is this way. It's got to be this way, right? Bell has been impaled upon a red door. The door itself is shut firmly. You hear a song in there, a strong presence emanating from the door. Oh, okay, the lullaby. I heard children's voices singing on the other side of the red door deep within the manor. It was a lullaby accompanied by the sound of hammering and sung in some strange dialect I'd never heard before. Well, that explains why I don't understand it. According to Miko's research, Yoshino Takigawa was asleep almost all the time before she disappeared. After the accident, she slept longer and longer hours, and whenever she woke up, she would hum what sounded like a lullaby. Apparently, the medical community is abuzz with rumors of similar occurrences, hospital patients who disappeared. Is this another one of those urban legends? Yuhinasaki, girl works as my assistant. She's a sister to Yu's best friend. I heard she lost a relative. The photo on her desk showed her with a young man who looked like her brother. She's always been a cheerful person, but I haven't seen her smile as happily as in that picture. I wonder if the person she lost was someone she was very close to. Maybe she lost someone special just like me. Alright, what do I need to do here? Because I'm still struggling a little bit to understand what this wants me to do. Image of something has emerged on the photo. It's a girl in a room. I tried to peek in that corridor to see if that was where that was, but it didn't show me anything, so I really don't know about that. Was I trying to do something with the ghost girl? Because I don't remember that. Try to go upstairs here really quick. Oh yeah, that's where we got the evade function. What is up here? Is there anything up here at all? I just missed this before? Door is tightly sealed. Okay. There's nothing else up here, right? Huh. I guess this is just like a Dark Souls shortcut for later. Good to know. It's interesting that this game has like a little bit of a, I mean, I don't want to call it a Metroidvania aspect because it's not really like that, but it has like a little bit of a unique aesthetic here when it comes to that sort of thing. I want to go this way. Good Cat says, I'll hear those creaky footsteps in my dreams. Hey. I hate the player, hate the game. Something reflecting in the light. Type 14 film. Okay, perfect. We got more Type 14. That's wonderful. Film all seems to have deteriorated and falls to pieces when I touch it. Ugh, sticky, melty celluloid. Ugh. Stuff reeks. Smells like old fish. When it melts, it's not. It's like burning hair smell. It's not great. Good Cat says, nice that these murder cults filmed all their horrible murder rituals. Yeah, it's really convenient of them to have done that for us. Okay, again, this is an area I cannot get through. What am I missing about this? That's my question. Thick cords of sacred rope and paper are stretched over the door. Maybe there's something sealed up inside. That's possible. Huh. Just kind of confused. Let's look at the map. Let's try to figure out what there is to do. We couldn't go down here. Both of these doors are locked. Projection room. We've been there. All with tatami. We can't go through those floors. Anything over here? Hearth room. This is where we are, I thought. No. This house is huge. Change floors. Stairs, hallway. We've been through there. Where are we? Here. Garden corridor. Gotcha. I guess we can try to go over there. Did I just forget? I don't know why that area isn't like accessible on the map, so may as well give it a try. Run, Ray, run! You can do it. You're not a zero, you're a hero. Like a funny Fatal Frame title reference. I'm sure you will get it. There are lots of clocks around here. Massive drawers, doesn't seem to be anything inside. We just like forget to explore this area at all. I just want to make sure. Oh, can't go through there. That's the thing with the hand was over here, right? Hate that sound. don't like that it's trying to get a spook on, but hey, it is what it is. All right. Oh my god. That actually got me a little bit. The Japanese doll sits in a formal pose above the alcove. Why did it look up at me? Is that just a random event? It's really ominous. Okay, let's see. I mean, this is the only area I'm not sure I explored fully, right? I couldn't go in here. Could I? Yeah, I could not go in here because of this. Blocked by a strange force. Can I go through here? Sealed by some strong power. So... I'm really not sure. Because I thought I've done it. Yeah, I've been through like every area. Am I just like missing some random counter maybe? Got the doll to look at me. That's a win. TBH. Old stone cooking stove. Rounded our pieces of firewood. Go out here. Ooh, that was a spooky sound. There we go. I thought I didn't see this earlier, so. Okay, we did it. We made it. That's good. Now we just walk back to the room we couldn't get into. All right, nice work. We're good. We'll save really quickly just in case. I'm liking the fact that so much of the like actual puzzle progression in this game is like directed. It's still open. Like every single time I solve a puzzle, I'm opening more of the mansion that I can explore. So the scope keeps expanding. But at the same time, there's very clear like, hey, look for this. It is in an area that Okay. Oh, that's actually a little bit ominous. There she is. Oh, she does not give you good combo shot chance. Yatto kitte kureta. So you came for me after all. Where do I need to go? Bell hallway out. Yes. All right, we're so close. We're so close to getting out of this area. Just go up here, around and out. And we'll get to the spooky zone. Been a good little section of the game. I've been really, as I said, I've really enjoyed how things like ramped up so far in this game. Doll stuck to the door is fading away. Doesn't look like it's fading away. It looks like it faded away. Oh, huh. Are those like talismans or dolls pinned to the wall with the nails? That's ominous. On the candlelit altar is a huge gemstone as big as my palm. Looks like it might be used in some kind of ceremony. Something is reflecting in the light above the altar. Oh, the bellflower key. Perfect. We know exactly where that goes. Is there anything else in this room? Any goodies for me? Oh. Countless numbers of straw dolls dressed in red. Straw dolls. That's hard to say. Dressed in red have been nailed to the walls with wooden stakes. That's pretty spooky. Don't even think about it, little girl. Ooh, who is good? Get stun locked. I'm getting good at this. 6-hit combo, 3,000 points. Not bad. Ray Diary. I wonder if being impaled hurts. I wonder which hurts worse, having the stake go in a little bit at a time or having it stabbed through all at once. I wonder if they die, if the stake goes all the way through. I wonder if it matters if they die. I want to impale a real priestess soon. Well, that's messed up. Nice, we did it. Getting bigger. There's old film inside the Camera Obscura. Got the musty film. All right, we're nearing the end of this session today. I think we're gonna call it quits now. This was a very cool start to this game. I really dug this. I am definitely gonna be sad when we have to put Fatal Frame on break for a while we wait for Fatal Frame 4 to release in March. But overall, I think this has been a fun little detour. These games are pretty decent to play when my brain is in motion. I don't want to just read dialogue, but it's been a lot of fun. Kettlechip says March. Yeah, Fatal Frame 4 comes out on March 8th, and we can finish up the series. I think it's a good stopping point after Fatal Frame 3 though for a little while, because everything I know about this series says the first 3 games are kind of a trilogy, and then the last 2 games are kind of their own thing. So we'll have to see how true that is, but it makes sense to give it a little bit of a generational gap, right? Because there's definitely a regular, not regular, but early Fatal Frame trilogy sort of vibe, and then a modern, quote-unquote, Fatal Frame trilogy, or duology vibe. So I think it makes sense to give the series a little bit of a break after we finish this one. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. As always, thank you so much for watching. I think that for the most part, we should be able to get this banged out relatively soon, without too much effort. So anyway, I'm going to send you all on a raid to a different streamer's stream. Let's see who's playing. It looks like Starpy is playing Into the Backrooms. They raided me once before, so we'll raid them. Hey, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and peace out.